Good morning, everybody. So, welcome to Leather and Footwear TALK, arranged by Footwear Exchange. Today, we have a very special guest in our talk show. So, we have Mr. Alok Jain. He is the National Treasurer of Confederation of Indian Footwear Industries, that is called CIFI. So, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
So basically, as we know that India, you are doing very well in footwear sector. So in this show, I just wanted to focus in 2-3 very specific points, which could be come to our footwear industry as well. So as you are dealing with a lot of footwear industries, leather, non-leather, so we will stick in 2-3 very specific points. So first of all, I just wanted to know, as you are representing the biggest association in India, so how association is working to develop the footwear sector in your country?
Thank you. Good morning. And good morning, Bangladesh. You see now our association, Confederation of Indian Footwear Industries, is like we are actually association where we have all footwear companies, including the allied sector, all together on a pan-India basis. And the main motive is to support each other so we can develop each other and have a success for everyone. So now we come to the main agenda. You see that now the footwear business is majorly moving towards non-leather. Now, if you see the the complete world scenario, the volumes and everything, roughly 90% of the footwear consumed globally stands non-leather. So, in India now, slowly, we are also upcoming towards non-leather, and we are having some strong sectors. So, our association is working closely with the government, making policies for the betterment of our sector. Now you see, when we talk about the non-leather, it has many advantages over leather. First of all, it is easily available. It can be produced in a very bulk volume. Thirdly, it's price competitive. And fourth, as we see, the demand is growing for the footwear for this segment. And what we see in India, in the next 10 years, the demand is going to be like double of the footwear industry, because now you see the per capita income. So now people, being a fashion industry, for the fashion, they want to buy more products, and because now things are available at a very competitive pricing. So non-leather is the future, as you can see now. Even when we travel to many part of the world, even during the exhibition shows and everything, we can see now the focus of even the allied sector, machineries, and for the footwear companies, they are also focusing more on non-leather. So now let's check about what the actually incentives which we are getting, because this sector have a lot of potential to grow. So government is also come up with many incentives, many subsidies, and they have put our sector under the champion sector. So there's a lot of incentives in terms of capital investment, in terms of setting up new units, in terms of your upgradation, technology advancement in your existing units, and in terms of increasing the manpower in your existing units. So government has come up with many policies, being footwear being a labor intensive sector.
Exactly.
So government always have an approach to support this sector. So with all the incentives and with the support of the government, this sector is growing fast. And apart from this, now we are just facing some little challenges. As you know, for a non-leather segment, the main challenge is the component industry.
Component. That means you are telling about the backward linkage.
The actual allied sector, because until and unless you have a very strong allied sector, you cannot compete globally. So to be on a global platform, now the challenge is for the development of the allied sector. So now Government has also come up with the schemes, with the incentives where we can nourish the allied sector in a very big way. Okay, we understand it's a long journey, but we need to start this journey and the government has already initiated this. So the component sector means you can go for some joint ventures, like with some international companies, they can come as a FDI, you can have a joint venture, you can put some plants. Because you see machineries, mold, because in a non-leather sector, majority of the goods are produced on automated machines and everything. The handmade processes are on a little lower side. So for the machinery, molds, for the components, for the textile, for some small things, we need to go here and there. So now we are trying to make the infrastructure, build the infrastructure for the allied sector in India, so that we can flourish and then we can come on an international platform where we can export our goods in a much more competitive manner.
Okay. Can I interrupt? I mean, as you were telling that you were focusing more on backward linkage. So I just wanted to ask you one thing. Your association and the government, are you merged together to develop these backward linkages? I mean, your government is coming up. Okay, we have a setup. We have a zone. You can come here. You can only for the backward linkage. No, I know the footwear. There are some specific policies and specific areas. You can build factories, this thing and that thing. And is there any specialized policies for the backward linkages?
Yes.
Factories?
Yeah. You see that now. Government is also now working hand in hand with all the associations, with all the sectors to develop what they need actually. Okay, so when we talk about our component sector, our allied sector, government has come up with many schemes like your industrial parks. They are planning to set up industrial parks where they have a facility of plug and play.
Okay.
They will build their warehouses, infrastructure, everything. So investment can come there and they can start the machines immediately. Number one. Number two, there are incentives now especially for the allied sector. When you talk about the technology advancement, whatever technology advancement you must be doing in allied sector. So government is giving a capital subsidy in the shape of your capital subsidies. So allied sector, government have a full focus now because they also now understand a footwear sector can only be developed more on a bigger way if the allied sector is also supporting in a big way. So now associations are working very closely with the government. Government is taking suggestions. They're calling meetings quite frequently. We are having meetings and all. And government is working on the same direction with the trade here.
As we are telling about, you just mentioned that the footwear is the champion sector. You already declared the footwear is the champion sector. So you focus on the footwear sector, and also you have a short-term plan, long-term plan. So coming back to your plan, if I ask you, because to run this show, that sector, you need some specialized skill workforce, right? Mid-level manager, supervisor, skill workforce, skill operators. So how you were mitigating all these challenges of manpower?
Yeah. Thank you. You see that the focus of even the previous governments was on the development of the skill of the manpower, to upgrade the manpower and everything. But especially with this government in last 9 years, the new government, one of the main focus is on the skill development. They are already running a plan. It's a full program under a separate ministry. Now it is running. And when we talk about our sector, footwear sector, the program is going on in a very, very successful manner. Even all our footwear clusters, we are running these kind of programs, training people, giving them the jobs, giving them the opportunities. So, and plus government is also giving incentives. Like once you train people in an institute and then you hire in any factories, they are also given some incentives to hire that kind of manforce. So by this way, we are also developing our manpower and the skill is going on a higher side because now the full-time development courses are going on, especially for the champion sectors. So by this way, we are already upgrading our manpower.
Okay. Thank you so much. But finally, I have another question. As you told that government is giving incentive when you are developing workforce and when you are recruiting some I mean workforce from that institute or
No. Government are running the institutes. Even these models are going under PPP, public government PPP model partnerships. So in that cases, people are giving trainings and all. They are getting trained, and once they are getting the opportunity to work under the sectors, so government is again giving the incentives to the factories if you hire that people. So like it is like a win-win situation.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So by this way, we can easily upgrade our manpower.
Okay. So the last question. There is not a question. There is a suggestion from you or how you see. So my last question is that how you see the footwear sector in Bangladesh and what prospect we have from your experience. If you can hear something about the Bangladesh footwear sector.
You see that in your country, the sector is also you can say upgrading himself, and I can see that there is a lot of potential, and the sector is already growing. Because as I can see that couple of Indian companies have already have an investment in your country, Bangladesh, and they are producing quality products for footwear, and they are re-exporting to India. So it shows that there is a lot of potential in your country, and even your present government also, they have a focus to develop your sector, being a labor intensive sector. I think India and Bangladesh can join hands and they can cooperate with each other, because I think in your country there is a big demand for footwear, for its components. So India slowly and slowly they can support each other in supplying you the components, molds, machinery, allied sectors and all, and you can produce a full footwear in a very cost effective manner and export to different countries. So by this way we can support each other. And your country is already doing good in footwear, because I have been to a couple of companies, I have been to a couple of factories. I can see that the style of production, the quality of production and everything is like world class. So it shows that your company has already geared up and they are aiming in the same direction.
So thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.